Under the leg. I've watched probably all your videos on Instagram and YouTube, man. You're shooting freaking through rings and drops of water, dude, and just behind your back, man. How do you do that? Is that, you know, do you have like some kind of superpower that you're tapping into to accomplish these things, man?
Man, I don't know. Anybody could do it. I guess it's just I don't know if anybody's did this level of archery for this long to see what you could actually do. Like whenever I started, I didn't do anything like this. I couldn't even imagine doing the stuff I did. And then just eventually progressing throughout the years, I'd started with just a big giant target and it'll take me, half an hour to shoot it or something at first. And then now it's getting to the point where, I could warm up with aspirins before I start shooting anything or it just, I guess it's just the progression of it, just
Right.
how things grow.
So do you shoot like every day then, or you?
Uh, I got a pretty busy schedule. Like, I'll do this. Usually, I'll wake up, um, take the kids to school, and well, they're out of school now, but he does summer school, so I'll get back to the. I'll go to the farm around. I'll get there around 7:45, 8ish. Set up, shoot. 9 o'clock, I'm working on the farm, and then whenever I get home, I spend a little bit of time with the kids. Then I also do video editing and filming for outdoor shows. So I edit videos at night if I'm
Okay.
in town or whatever. So, I'll try to shoot in the mornings, weather depending. Whether it's raining or not. This week it's been raining every day, so I haven't been able to shoot any. So it
Right.
just depends.
That's pretty much just a daily thing. You're always out there. That's awesome, man. That's so
Yeah.
cool. So you work on a farm then as well. Where are you from?
Carroll, Georgia. It's right
Georgia.
on it's west of Atlanta on the Alabama line,
Okay.
and
Nice, man.
it's just kind of like a hobby farm. It's my dad's the only one doing it, and he's got shingles, and he can't. He's getting older now. He's in his mid 70s, so I just try to help out and help with the hay, help bush hog or cut
Heck yeah,
grass
dude.
and cut down trees, all that stuff.
Heck yeah, man. That's freaking awesome. I've never been down south. I've never been further south than West Virginia, but I've always wanted
Really?
to kind of go to Kentucky, Georgia, and just kind of explore that country a little bit because it just looks so beautiful from all the pictures I've seen.
Oh yeah. What where you at? You're in
I live up
Ohio
here.
or
I live in Pennsylvania. Up,
Pennsylvania?
yeah, right up along Lake Erie. So
Oh,
yeah, it's
nice.
beautiful, man. There's
Oh
some
yeah.
nice spots up here along the lake and some nice hills in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I drove through there a while back, like towards northern Pennsylvania. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
I like it. I don't know if I'm gonna stay here forever. That's the thing. We have some hard winters up here, man. I tell you,
Yeah.
it gets pretty intense. Um, but yeah, so I saw your video this morning on Instagram, and was that your boy that made his first trick shot?
Yeah, that's my son. He's done quite a few, but this is his first clay he broke, and he's excited. That's all he wants to do now. And now that summer, he's got a little bit more off time, so we'll definitely I'll work with him some more
Heck
and
yeah. I
try to
saw
get him
that.
working on stuff.
His face, you just like was super surprised. He was just like, it was great. I loved it, man. I
Oh yeah,
freaking loved it. So,
yeah.
um,
He's super excited. Like he came, he's like, I want to do a trick shot. I was like, okay, we'll hit a clay. He's like, that's like one of the first ones that I did back in the day. I was like, I don't think I could hit that, Dad. I don't think so. I was like, you got this. And then, it didn't take no time for him to hit it. And he was so surprised and so pumped.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
I can imagine, man. He's probably gonna try to go out and be doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That's great, man. So I don't have a list of questions or anything. I'm just kind of firing from the hip here. That's what I do on the show. I don't have a script or anything to go by, but I just want to kind of get into though a little bit about your journey to where you're at now, like a little more in detail with that, I guess.
Yeah. Mm.
And kind
So,
of
yeah. Yeah, it's hard to think about it. Like, I started, as I said earlier, I got burnt out and I started going and moving targets, and I grew up skateboarding a lot, and it kind of translated well as part of figuring out the process to try to figure out, how can I make this as easy as possible to do, and it really translated well on how to like dissect it. Oh, I need to tweak this or tweak that in order to get this trick shot. And sometimes it's a learning process to try to figure out, but once you get it, you can make it fairly consistent. And I started doing, trick shots at a, just messing around the farm, just as a hobby. And I had my dad was riding around with a friend, and I just started shooting clays like my son did, and I was hitting clays, and then I didn't think of anything about it. I was just out there having fun with my bow, and that guy went and told a bunch of people in town about it, and after that I was like, all right, I might have something there. So I started making like small little YouTube videos, and this is back in 2011. And then at that time, I was getting more into the filming, the outdoor shows and stuff like that. I went to Zimbabwe for 6 months and filmed safaris and stuff like that. I got back. I got with a TV show. His TV show was called Trophy Class, and I sent him an email. Went out to Kansas with him, and I brought my recurve too, and I showed him some trick shots. I was like, hey, we could do something with this on the show. Started working full time for him, editing, doing trick shots and all that stuff on the show. And then I was doing that from, I think, about 2012 to 2017, 18. And without shows, it's all the networks don't pay you. You get paid through the sponsorships you bring, and then you pay for the airtime, and that's how kind of things work. And I just seen with that, I really enjoyed the hunting and producing the hunts, and I eventually wanted to kind of start my own thing. And then once 2017, 2018, some of the sponsors dropped him. He had a big at one time, and they switched owners and all that stuff, so he didn't have a good relationship, so he dropped him. And then I was out of a job, and I was like, I got to do something. And so I started freelancing, doing different shows, and then I just kept on seeing a trend of shows just coming and go. I was like, I want to start my own thing. And then I think is 2018 I started doing my online stuff more heavily. I done a few YouTube stuff before that, and then I started 2018 really hitting hard on the online stuff, and then starting doing the trick shots. And that's kind of what started the online videos as far as it started going. Like I was doing, I done YouTube, and then I done TV for a while, and then I started doing the online shows and figured out I was doing better with that than anything else.
I see. That's awesome, dude. Some of the trick shots that you do are they just blow my mind, man. Like you're shooting an arrow around an object, and then I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, holy smokes, how does he, where you're shooting the water droplet? That's like, dude, that's a 1 in a million shot. Do you ever surprise yourself when you nail an object like that, or you just or is it more like you've tried so many times or you've practiced so much that it's like, I got it?
Yeah. I know. I try to come into everything like it's easy. If I ever think something's gonna be hard, I I know I psych myself out. So I try to come in where everything's easy, and it usually happens. Like the hardest shots you could ever imagine happen so quick. Like I did it so fast, and I'm like, what the heck? And then sometimes it's one you underestimate. That'll take a while. It's like it's weird how that works. And you know, I really fell in love with doing this because it reminded me a lot of skateboarding as well, without the pain and getting injured and all that stuff. So whenever I'm not shooting the bow, I'm sitting there, I'm tinkering with the arrows. I'm just I'm watching videos of arrow flights and see what I could do to kind of manipulate you know something what I could do with the arrow. So eventually I figured out how to curve the arrow or make it do a backflip, front flip, make it spin around, make it do 180, and shoot it up in the air and make it come back to me so I can catch it. And it's just I started doing the exact opposite what a normal archer would do. Like he wants his arrow to fly as straight as possible,
Right.
and then so I do the exact opposite, make it fly extremely different,
Right.
and then find
So
trick shot that I kind of work with that.
so do you make your own arrows then, and you kind of like modify the arrow for the trick? So do you like counterweight them and things like that, or do you just kind of get arrows and then manipulate their flight pattern with like how you're releasing it, I guess?
Yeah, there's all kinds of different ways. Just the way I tilt the bow, sometimes the way I grab the string, feathers, how many feathers, or where I place the feathers, or the weight as well. There's just all kinds of things I play with, and there's a lot that doesn't work compared to what works. Like I'll sit there and I'll make a dozen arrows different ways, and I'll see which one does, and maybe one will kind of do something, maybe not, and stuff with that, and that just expands the amount of, if I find something new, that just adds more to the resume of different shots I could do.
Yeah, no doubt. Are you thinking of any new shots that you haven't, like, are you always trying to come up with new ideas and looking for ideas?
Yeah. It looks like I can only shoot this week, tomorrow morning, maybe, if it doesn't rain. But I think as far as setup time goes, I think I'm gonna do probably throw up a wedding ring, do a 360, and pin it to the target. I already did it, but it wasn't filmed that great. So the way it looked like, I use these little Amazon wedding rings, and the diamond fell out,
Mm-hmm.
and then the raw video, it looks like the ring just fell straight down. I shot
Oh,
the ring, and the diamond fell out. So I look back at the video, and it kind of doesn't look right. So I'm gonna go back and refilm that, where I throw up the ring, do a 360, and hit it, and then do a depends on if I got enough time to set up. Like it's all got to be an hour. Got to do that real quick. Set up lights and cameras and all that stuff, and then go, and then do like where I'll make my arrow do a 180 and then break a clay. Um, that will be it, I think, for this week as far. And then I got a lot of stuff I want to build. It's just I got to take a weekend and just start building stuff. Like I want to make a sequence of ramps where you can just bounce off each other and then hit target,
yeah.
or
I before we
I
did
know.
the episode, I was trying to like think of some ideas. I mean, I was like, what can I pitch to him that he would, think would be cool? And I didn't come up with too much, but I thought maybe like a pinwheel one might be cool with like if you do like a t-shirt giveaway or something, and like I don't know, just kind of like behind the back, and like I don't know, dude. I
Yeah,
was trying to think of some ideas that I could pitch to you, but
yeah, that's the toughest part. That's a
when you
coming up with
yeah,
ideas. But I got a notebook full. It's just a matter of trying to figure out the time to do it. But right
right.
now, I got that on my mind, just because it bothers me whenever I do something and then go back home and look at it. It's like, it doesn't quite look so right.
Right.
And so that's
Um
on my mind right now.
uh so are you getting ready for archery season then this fall? I'm not sure when your guys' starts down there, but
Yeah,
uh
we got an early season. It starts in mid-September.
okay.
Um,
So you been getting ready for that at all? Or are you making do you get into like preparing the whole spot, kind of bringing the deer in? Um
yeah, we do that year round on the farm. We'll plant. Right now, we already planted corn and beans, and then a little bit later we'll plant clover and all that stuff. So we already got our spots. I mean, the farm we're on is almost 500 acres. So we'll just we've been on there for about 20 years. So we got our spots already planted. We
Oh
got
heck yeah, you
stands
got
set up, and
you got the
so
perfect spot set up. Nice, man.
I
Got your
shoot
trail
year long.
cams
So
out.
there's not much preparation for it.
Right, right. You got your trail cams out. You got your eye on a specific buck that you're,
Yeah. No, I don't have any trail cams out. I used to use it, and I don't know. I've been playing around with trail cameras, and like the way my parents' house is set up. I live 15 minutes away from the farm, but my parents set up. You could see they got, they got stuff behind the house, and some reason they know that's a safe zone. So we never shoot
right.
deer right behind the house, but there'll be 30 deer out there.
No
We'll
kidding.
see it. We'll see it before dark, and we'll put trail cameras out there, and we really realize how bad trail cameras actually are, because we'll see the deer out there in front of the cameras, and we'll go back and look at the trail camera, and it's like, all right, that buck's not even on there.
That's
So I just came to not really believe the trail cameras. I mean, it helps sometimes, but it's
right
like
for sure.
that sometimes them bucks are really spooked by it. We'll see them like they really look weird, and we'll try to hang it up super high, or try to cover it, or put something over it, put something feed right under it, or try to put I don't know, anything to kind of attract them to it. And them big bucks, they don't like it.
Right.
At least
It's
where
been
I'm at.
it's been a couple years since I've archery hunted. But I want to get back into it this year. I want to get back into the hunt, man, and kind of taking that summer before the season to prepare for it a little
Oh yeah,
bit, because I miss it, man. I got out of it for a little while. I had some personal things going on. I missed a couple seasons, but
yeah,
I still remember when I've killed my first buck with my bow a couple years ago,
yeah.
and it was like the last day of archery season, and I hadn't seen anything. I was feeling discouraged, and I moved my climber stand over to another spot out in the woods, and I had like 45 minutes till it was dark. And I was sitting out there, it was cold, the wind was blowing, and I specifically remember I was like just frustrated. I rattled my horns, and sure enough, here comes this scrappy little 8-point out of the brush, and he came right under my stand, and like my instincts kicked in. I just drew, and just he dropped right there like that
Awesome.
instantly. And it was the greatest feeling in the world. And honestly, ever since then, I haven't had much interest in rifle hunting deer. It's
Yeah,
just like archery, when you make that first kill, man, it's like this archery is where it's at.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's hard to
So
beat it.
it is, man. And I'm really hoping this year to really kind of get back into the prepping and the scouting and the whole art of archery hunting itself.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I was just curious, what that was like for you down there, archery season wise. But
Oh
yeah.
yeah. It's just I got to the point now where I've been hunting all my life, and then I film hunts too. So like it almost turned into a job for a little while,
Okay.
because I'll be on the show, and it's almost to the point where we have to like, it got to the point where we just really had to get a kill to get a show, and it just
Mhm.
kind of took the fun out of it. So
Yeah,
now I'm just going in there, and I'm just trying to have a good time. You
for
know,
sure.
I'll get in the stand, and I'll, whether I bring a rifle, compound, or recurve, I'll just have a good time. And I'm not trying to be picky. I'm just trying to, I'll get out there and try to point it where I would have most success. And then if a squirrel comes out, I'll shoot a squirrel and eat that.
Heck yeah,
Just that, or take my son out and let him sit out and watch deer. And
for sure,
you know,
dude. One thing I'm learning kind of with this whole vlogging podcast thing is there doesn't, I don't have to record everything. You know what I mean? There's
mhm,
good to have balance between recording and making content, and just like being one with nature and
yeah,
enjoying the moment for what it is, And I
oh
can
yeah,
definitely see, when if you start to kind of get into uh doing filmed hunts and things like that, like you said, how it would kind of become like a job and take the fun out of it a little bit. You know what I mean? And are you worried that that's going to happen with your trick shots at all, or do you just
um,
or do you just absolutely love making content with doing trick shots?
yeah. Right now, I absolutely love it, and I think it's a perfect blend of, I'm just so busy that I don't get to shoot a lot.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, it's just that hour in the morning if I get the chance. Like most times it's like once or twice a week, so I don't have that much time.
Right.
You know, with the kids and everything. So I think it gives like it's a good mixture. Like if I felt like I had all day every day to shoot my bow, I think I'd eventually get burnt out. I'm like, all right, this is done. You know, and I'll get bored. So I think with the limited amount of time, um,
You have
I've
good
been,
balance. Yeah, you keep the
yeah, I got
balance,
a good,
keep it well balanced.
yeah, I got a good balance, and then the fact that I always try to keep up, keep doing new stuff that keeps it fresh. Because what kills me is like when I'm doing a live show or a talent show, or some kind of TV show, and I have to do the same shots over and over and over, and I'm practicing them same shots. That's what's boring to me.
Right.
Like I love just learning and trying to figure out something new.
Trying to do something new. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
I wish I would have thought of something better for you to try. You know, I really want to come up with like a, something that's
Yeah, it's really tough.
yeah.
Like I get a lot of people ask me for different shots, and it's either I've done it before or it's just it doesn't. I already got it pictured in my head, and it just won't look right on camera for some reason. Or there's just some things that look to me they look hard. To me, they're hard. But you look on camera, it just looks way too easy, or something like. There's a lot of. It's a weird blend when it comes to filming, and then the archeries and stuff like that. It's like trying to visually see something at a distance with the camera. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
the hardest part is trying to get
Oh,
it
I
on
can
film.
only imagine, man. You're trying to nail one in a shot million and try to get it on film and get a good quality video of it as well. Could definitely be
Yeah,
tricky.
there's so many times I hit the target and like you can't even see it on camera, or it just didn't turn out right. I don't know.
That I don't know which ring one you were talking about that you said didn't look right on camera, but the one where you shot into a bale of hay, a round bale of hay, that one was. My jaw dropped when I saw that. I was like, holy smokes, how does he do that?
Yeah.
It's like, holy smoke. And the drop of water, I think you have one with a drop of water where the camera is actually facing it and the arrow's coming towards it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see the drop of water fall and the arrow like split it. It's,
Yeah.
it
Yeah, I've
is.
been playing around with the drops of water. I'm gonna do some more too. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of water drops lately. I kind of at first when I did it like 3 years ago, it's pretty hard, but now I got to the point where I could do it really consistent. Well, not super consistent, but like there's been like I could get two in a row like fairly often
Mhm.
and stuff like that. I haven't got three in a row yet, but I'll get a bunch of twos and stuff like that.
Heck yeah.
And but yeah, the last one I did was I hit a raindrop and then put out a candle in the same shot.
That's awesome. That is freaking sweet, man. So where do you see yourself in like 10 years then, man? Where do like, are you like, you gonna keep doing what you're doing, traveling, you
Hopefully I'll get to the point where you know I could do this full time. Like I'm slowly trying to get out of the filming and just do videos and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, hopefully, cranking out the more YouTube videos. That's my main priority lately. But I gotta get done with all this editing. I got 6 shows to edit real quick for this one TV show, and then after that, I'll start editing YouTube shows. But it's coming along where it's not quite my. I think this last year, archery was 50% of. So hopefully, in a few more years, it'll turn into a full time deal.
Heck yeah.
But
You shoot recurve, right? Is that what that's
yeah,
the recurve?
yeah. But I'm trying to that too, and I'm trying to do other stuff too. Like I could do trick shots with just about anything. I just need to put some more time into it. Like I want to like hopefully I'll do more compound stuff, more slingshot stuff, more
Mhm.
blow gun. I don't know about I could do rifle stuff, but social media don't really like it.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know about that. Like even BB guns. Sometimes I'll get a video taken down because I'm using a BB gun to break a clay or something like that.
Are you serious, dude?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Even the bows. It's like Facebook used to pay me for monetization because I had a big Facebook page,
Mhm.
and they won't. I can't monetize on there because the bow's considered a weapon.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
At first, they tried to say my videos was unoriginal, like I was stealing content from somebody else, and I was like, "What? These are my videos."
Yeah.
And you can't argue with them, but it's that, and then now they're saying it's the use of weapons. So
Wow. Yeah, I'm like this close, dude, from boycotting, Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah,
You got to look into Rockfin, man. That seems to be where everybody's going these days. But you
rock
know,
thing.
yeah, Rockfin. It's like
Ah,
yeah, it's check it out, man. Yeah, check
yeah.
it out. I tell you what though, I look forward to seeing your videos. I follow you on Instagram and YouTube, so
Well, thank you.
I think it's
Yeah,
great.
we gotta. Yeah, that, and then yeah, more into the production quality of things. Like, I eventually want to get into doing a lot of cool. Well, I do like my next goal. I gotta get another couple grand in lights and stuff, but I want to do some stuff in the dark where it's like it's lit up at night, and I'll use light up arrows and hit the targets and do like a whole sequence and that stuff too.
That would be cool, man. That would be super cool.
Yeah, I think it'll visually look good.
It would,
It'll
dude.
be
Bunch of glow in the dark stuff, you know.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah, no,
incorporate some drones or something to kind of, that'd be sweet, man.
yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to.
So
But
do you
it's a lot of light with the slow mo cameras.
yeah. Yeah, do you do all your recording yourself, or do you have like a camera crew that kind of helps you out,
Just for the online videos, I do it all myself,
Yeah.
and then sometimes a TV show would come out or something and film me. But every now and then.
Were you were on America's Got Talent? Is that where I saw you at? Was
It was a Go Big show. The Go Big show
Go
was
Big
the
Show.
last one I was on.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I was on there. Got to I passed my second round, and the way well top I got in the top six, but the way it works, they pick three to go on to the finals or four. They pick four to go on. I wasn't picked out of that out of that six.
Right.
So, but I had a good time. Got to meet
Heck yeah,
Snoop
man.
Dogg and Burt
Did
Kreischer.
you really? No kidding.
Yeah, super down to earth. Like like the whole time I was there for like a month and a half. Every time he's like, "Hey James, what's up?" Played cornhole with us, everything. Like super. Like you expect someone that big, not to really care about you, but he's
Right.
really nice.
Snoop Dogg
Always
is.
yeah, always stopped to talk to me and
That's awesome, man. You
good
say you
guy.
met Snoop Dogg and who else?
Burt Kreischer, he's a comedian.
Okay.
Jennifer Nettles was a country singer. Cody Rhodes, he's a wrestler, son of Dusty Rhodes, and Rosario Dawson, she's an actor.
Dude, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's neat. It's during COVID time, so we had a little bubble and everything. So I stayed there a lot longer than I should have,
Right.
and yeah, it's only hour and a half away from my house, but I couldn't even come to my house that month and a half.
You s-
Um,
so you said you've been to Zimbabwe as well?
yeah,
What was
that's
that
where I was
like,
at.
man? What was that like? How old were you when you went there?
I was I was 20, I
No
think. Yeah,
kidding.
I was 20, and yeah, I spent my 21st birthday down there. It was a culture shock, basically. I'm used to being at the house with air conditioning and electricity most of the time, and going down there and living in mud huts is really cool. And if I had the chance, I'd go live down there. I loved it.
Really?
It's awesome. Really puts a perspective on things. How well we got it here.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I love there. We was out in the middle of nowhere. It's just I don't know. It was awesome.
It was just yeah, that is great, man. To be
It's
able to
hard to
travel.
describe it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So are you looking to travel anywhere else then, like out of country, wise anytime soon? Or are you
Uh,
gonna stay kind of local for now, and
yeah. For now, it's a pain in the butt flying out of the country we're at the moment. I got invited
yeah,
to
for sure.
what's it called Czechoslovakia Got Talent, and just all the hassle with the flying and stuff. I don't want to go.
You're like, screw it. Yeah,
I'll just wait till this COVID stuff blows over as far as the flying goes, and
yeah.
do that. But the bucket list wise, definitely want to go to New Zealand, Australia, and then I don't know. I'd like to see everywhere, just about. I'd like to see European country, like all the countries out there, and Russia, China, stuff like that. But
Heck yeah, man.
yeah, pretty much everywhere on the bucket list.
Heck yeah.
um,
I'd love to go to Finland personally. I'd
yeah,
love to I'd love to go just out into the woods of Finland and just hang out.
yeah,
Just that's one of the few places on my bucket list. But like you said, with the COVID and traveling, and so I've never even been on a commercial airplane,
ah,
part of the South I've been is West Virginia.
Yeah, it's it's not too bad. It's like I flew to Miami about a week or two ago, and it was just you had to wear masks. That's it. But
Yeah.
flying out of the country, you got to get you got to get your vaccine, and sometimes you can stay like 2 weeks or something in a hotel room. It's like that's a nightmare. I don't want to do that
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt,
in some
man.
countries, but it's yeah. Hopefully they'll get back to normal soon.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't want to get into that discussion too much about I already had one video banned on YouTube for saying the
Oh yeah, you
vaccine
can't talk about this.
for saying the vaccine were so do you have a regular website, or do you just have the YouTube, the Instagram, Facebook for right now?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube.
Oh, you're on
A
TikTok
website.
too.
Yeah,
Cool, man.
unfortunately, but it's getting better.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm still getting used to it.
yeah,
I feel like, I don't
yeah,
know, guys our age group, you know what I mean, and TikTok, just, you know what I mean.
yeah. It's bad. It's young. It's bad. It's pretty cringy. But the way it works, it's like you gotta watch it. You have to go through and watch videos, and then it'll get the algorithm right where it starts showing stuff you actually want to see. Instead of,
Right.
people dancing and all that stuff. Now it's just a bunch of skateboarding on mine. But
Mhm.
it's getting better.
I spent an hour on TikTok last night. It happened, but I spent like an hour just watching videos, and that's where everybody goes. Everybody
Yeah,
is going to TikTok for whatever reason. So, I mean, if that's where you are going to get the most views for your content, that's where you go.
yeah.
So
Right now it's the way to go. I
yeah,
think it's just it's a nightmare. I wish it.
dude, it is.
Yeah, I wish like Instagram's so hard to grow on there, and it's like basically like the last couple times I grew was just because a video on TikTok blew up. But it's weird. It's TikTok is really weird. I don't get these trends. I was like,
Don't either.
you gotta get on there. You gotta use a popular song that everybody else is using. So you gotta pretty much copy
Yeah.
everyone else, and then there's trends, which is basically like copying everybody else's video, and that's how it's like you gotta see a bunch of the same videos over and over and over. Like, why can't you like support originality?
No doubt,
It's
man. No doubt.
but
Instagram
that's
is,
how things are.
yeah, it is. It is. That's unfortunate, but it is how things are.
Yeah,
Instagram, I'm still kind of getting used to it. I'm not on Instagram a whole lot. I like to use Instagram for like a photography type thing. Like, I
yeah,
like to do nature photos, and I'll put one up there every once in a while.
yeah.
But I've been kind of doing my videos on YouTube, and then anchor.fm for the podcast, you know. But yeah, there's just so many different platforms where you can put your content. It's just, you
Yeah,
know,
it's a nightmare.
it, yeah.
I wasn't a social media guy at all. Like, I'd rarely get on anything when I started, but now it's like I gotta, and I forget so many times. It's like, all right, I post on Instagram. Oh, after this video, I got to post on Facebook and all that stuff.
Hmm.
It's a lot to keep up with.
Dude, that's why I asked if you had like your own website domain where you could just like put all of it, and then,
Yeah, I
go.
eventually want. I need to go. There's a lot of stuff I need to do. I need to make the website. Got to get stuff ready for live shows and all that stuff again. And it's yeah.
Only so
I
much
need to
time.
sit down and do it. Yeah, and I want to put YouTube videos up. That's the main thing.
Heck yeah, man. Heck
But
yeah. I love your freaking YouTube videos, dude. I was showing my dad your videos, and I was telling him, I said, yeah, he's coming on the show. He's like, ask him how he freaking does that. It's like, I will. I said, I will, man. So dude, I really do appreciate you making time to come on today. I don't want to take up too much of your day.
no
But
problem.
it does mean a lot to me, and it was truly an honor to have the opportunity to speak with you.
Man, yeah, pleasure. Anytime.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, if we ever get our schedules linked back up, I'll come back on or whatever.
Absolutely, man. I'd love to have you
Yeah,
back on the show. Absolutely,
yeah.
man. Cool beans. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, thank you.